Alright, I had to do this because only I can do it the way I do it. Nobody can do it better. Shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to the old subscribers, man. Hit me on Skype, everything, Twitter, Kick, Snapchat, all that. Shout out to everybody that be rocking with me on Instagram and talking to me. I fuck with y'all. And y'all be asking me to review shit. Send it to my email if it's you an artist and want me to review your mixtape. So just send me a link to the actual project and I don't have a problem listening to it. But yeah, so Sosa, which is Chief Keef, produced a mixtape. Not produced, but basically dropped a mixtape on Black Friday entitled Mansion Music, music spelled Musick, on Black Friday. Now, I think it's dope, but this is not the one I wanted him to drop. I wanted him to drop before B3, before the EP or whatever it was called. I wanted him to drop that joint. So at the end of the day, I mean, this is one is cool because it got 21 tracks on it. Young Chop is on here, and actually, I'm kind of excited in a sense because Back from the Dead 2 wasn't that bad, except for him doing most of the production, which I think, honestly, he should fall back from that and not do his own production. I get it, you tried it, it didn't work. Now, if you want to produce for your own artist, that's cool if they can get on it and fuck with it, but don't tarnish your, craft and everything because you and Young Chop is like DMX and Swiss Beats, you feel me? Jay and Pharrell, you dig? So at the end of the day, I think this is going to be a banger. I like the artwork for it. Sorry I don't do the editing shit so y'all can't see the goddamn cover, but if you follow me on Instagram, you seen it already. So the track list is out and only feature is Fredo Santana, which is his cousin. So I think that's dope. I'm actually want them to produce that or put out that what was it, Blood Cousins or some shit like that. Him and Fredo supposed to put out a collaborative mixtape. I think that's gonna be dope. But from the title, of the songs, I think it's gonna be kind of dope. I can't wait to hear it. A lot of projects supposed to come out tomorrow on Black Friday, but Chief Keef project coming out is gonna be dope. I've been asked a lot of times who's better between Little Durk and Chief Keef. I don't know. I say Chief Keef because I was listening to him more. I'm not gonna get into the whole who's more street, who's more hood, who make better songs and all that type of shit. To each his own. I just like Chief Keef, you know what I mean? I think him not being signed is great because he can put out all the music that he wants, and like everybody been saying, he has a ton of music. You dig what I mean? And he learned from Gucci Mane himself. You dig? And that project they put out was dope. I would like to see them put out an album that's in stores. Of course, it's going to be on iTunes. It's going to be crazy, so go out and support, even if it is a mixtape, but if it's all original music, it can go on iTunes, and I need somebody to explain that to me because a lot of these projects that be coming out, they be saying mixtapes, but they be on iTunes, and I know iTunes don't sell mixtapes. They only sell music that's all original from the beats and everything, so somebody should explain that to me because I looked up a certain artists and they shit is on iTunes. You know what I mean? Shout out to Lil Debbie. She just put out Young Bitch, which is on iTunes. So that's like an album. I'm not gonna call it a mixtape review. Even if it's on a mixtape site, it's still an album because it's on iTunes. That's how I figure it. Other than that, yeah, man. So he dropping a project. I think it's good. I don't think it's bad. Back from the Dead 2 came out Halloween, so that's a month ago. So I think it's good timing in a sense. I just think he needs to keep putting out good quality work and don't stop. His sophomore album, Nobody, is supposed to drop December 2nd. Just hoping that don't get pushed back. Hoping it's just not an online release. I actually hope he gets some distribution and it's in stores because that would suck if it's just an online release because I don't fuck with iTunes. I believe in buying physical copies, but I'm quite sure I'll be able to find it. So yeah, what do y'all think about Chief Keef? Are y'all still rocking with him? I think his sound is what everybody else is doing now. They kind of following his trend. You starting to see that not just in Chicago, you starting to see it everywhere. I done heard LA rappers use that sound. I'm not gonna say no names. I done heard Atlanta artists try to use that sound. You know what I mean? That flow and everything. So I mean, he's a trendsetter in his own right. And shout out to E-Day. I heard his mixtape that dropped earlier this year, Came From Nothing. I fuck with his music. E-Day is pretty dope. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to think when I was looking at it, but I kept hearing his name and shit like that. And I checked that project out, man. So that shit is dope. Look out for that review coming soon, too. And Montana 300, I think, supposed to drop a mixtape sometime soon. These are just people that I kept hearing about. And shout out to David. You know, he be asking me a lot of questions about certain artists and shit from Chirac. And so, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I rock with him. You know, I've seen a couple Montana videos. He pretty cool. Shout out to Kelsey. You know, she from Chirac. She be asking me certain shit too. And yeah, man, I just think that Chief Keef is a trendsetter. I just think he can get some type of distribution deal. I don't give a fuck if it's through an independent label like E1 or you know, Universal, little umbrella, little independent label. It doesn't matter. He just need distribution to where he can get his shit out there, where it's indie, where he still get all the proceeds. You know what I mean? A major label with him being on it, if they understand it, if it makes sense, I think it'll work. You know, Interscope didn't really understand him. That's the same problem Bottle had. You dig what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just feel like with the right connections, I'm quite sure if he changed up a little things, changed up some things and changed the aspect of his angle and actually conform to, you know, actual shooting videos, you know, in this day and age, that he probably could get signed to another major label. But what he doing works, because if you look at the numbers for his videos, you know, they be on World Star, they be on other plateaus, YouTube, they do get them numbers. So he do get them millions of views, and I think that's real good in a sense, because I mean, as you look at TV, it's no more video channels no more. You know what I mean? You still got MTV Jams and shit like that, but who really watches videos on TV anymore? Everything is online. So I just think that if he had the right distribution deal, it'll work, because he definitely know what he's doing for marketing. Look how much he markets himself. I mean, he got everybody saying glow up, glow gang. You know, regardless if you said it or not, I don't give a fuck how old you is to say, oh, it's ignorant music, it's this and that. But he got you saying it. I mean, it's dope. He has his own terminology. So at the end of the day, I think he's a genius as far as marketing. I mean, look at his clothes. He was the first person that I've seen actually from Chirac to come out with the little clothing line. Now I see that Lil J, no diss to him, but, you know, I see him doing it with the whole Clout Gang or whatever the fuck that shit called. He got like the little website joint. You know, so I mean, no matter how you figure it, if they hate Chief Keef and Chirac or whatever, you have to give him his props, because he's a trendsetter and he's doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? Why are you mad at him for getting out the hood and being successful? You know what I'm saying? If anything, try to link up and join teams and get money together. But at the end of the day, everybody should be independent. Look at SD, what he doing. So, you know, and I feel like SD is going to be a star regardless. You know what I'm saying? He going to bypass Chief Keef in a way to where he's going to be around a while, because if you hear his album, I mean, it's just so many joints that should be played on the radio, but with this bias shit, you know, you probably won't hear him. You know, if I worked at a radio station and I fuck with his music, I'm definitely going to give him some spins. Even some songs on Chief Keef last mixtape that deserve some spins. So I definitely feel like Sosa know what he's doing, but I think he need to get the team back. You know, shout out to Lil Reese, he for the drop Don't Like 2 coming soon, Young Chop. You know, it's just the business mindset, you know, you gotta have. And I just feel like egos get involved sometime when everybody wants to be, you know, the chief and the king instead of everybody want to be, instead of being a team. So I'm definitely looking forward to Mansion Music. You know, I think it's gonna be a dope project. Of course, I'm gonna review it. Don't even ask. You already know what it is. And out of 20 tracks, I mean, not all of them gonna be dope. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Of course, people gonna pick the ones produced by Young Chop, but I'm not gonna be biased like that. I'm gonna be open-minded and real as I always am. You know, so that's why I feel like a lot of people gravitate towards my channel, because I'm just more honest and more real. I give you real shit. Other